Hey guys, Geek Teacher here at Edutech 2017 down in Sydney. It has been a fantastic morning. We've heard from Carol Dweck. I've heard from a whole heap of other people, including Minister for Education, I think it was, from New South Wales, talking about his plans for change. I heard one of my all-time favourites from the Edutech arena, which is Greg Whitby. He's the head of the Catholic Diocese schools down here in Parramatta. They've got huge plans, and he's really challenging the status quo that we've got. And also Angela Mayers, who was talking about the idea of genius and capturing the genius that is in our kids and in each of us. So what we've actually got this morning is a whole heap of thoughts going out there, intrinsically aligned, all caught together. So we've had Carol Dweck when she was talking about growth mindset and how we need to be organisations, and it not only practice growth mindset, but also actively encourage it. So one of the biggest challenges that we have in education is transferring the growth mindset to students, and part of the issue with that, of course, is that we need to believe in it ourselves and actually model the growth mindset ourselves, which is something that is not always done. We always keep talking about the not yet, or you can try harder. And so she identified the idea of the false growth mindset as well there, and then tried to challenge the growth of that by talking about how we can be people who transfer growth mindset in our organisations. Greg Whitby really challenged the idea of STEM being the be-all and end-all, and I have to agree with him. My own 2 cents worth is the biggest technological change that we've seen in recent times occurred because there was a guy who decided to inject humanities into the technologies rather than the other way around. That was Steve Jobs with Apple, and the fact that I'm talking to you on a phone is all because of that. So he's really talking about looking at what's coming next and encouraging that growth and looking for that, and trying to really encourage our kids to be creative and not just do things in theory, but actually put it into practice. So the idea of the curriculum that we have that's static, just in the 21st century, really, is that really what we want? And then Angela Mayers really brought home the idea that everyone, is a genius. If we were sitting in that hall and it was filled with the 5,000 5-year-olds, and you said to them, you are all geniuses, you each are a genius, and you're needed to change the world, your genius is required to change the world, every one of them would get up and do something. In fact, she did that with classrooms, and it actually worked, and these kids actually went ahead with that. And it's really sad that we lose that notion of our own importance and ability to have agency in our education and to make change in our own world. And so growing on from that, we've got the growth mindset coming through, that whole notion of creativity, and now the idea of a genius. We really need to own the fact that we have a genius. We're not going to be geniuses in everything. My goodness, my videography here is terrible. My live talking is terrible, but I am really good at picking up tech and playing with it. So that's one of my genius areas. So I guess the question is, what's your genius? But also, how are you going to encourage a genius in your kids? That's something for you to take away and think about. I'm going to go back to all these stalls out here and see if I can whip up find some good deals for my school, and find out where the trends in EdTech is going. But I'll be talking to you again later.